Oh my goodness. Two black class Benchmades on the table today. I kind of overdid it. These two were a birthday gift to me. I turned 21 last week, and I got these both for an amazing deal, basically a steal, honestly. I mean, you can argue if they're worth that or not still, but compared to the retail prices or prices online, man. So, why would I buy two? Well, they were a really good deal, and they're two knives that I really wanted. The guy I bought them from, we'll get into that later. For now, sometimes you got to get yourself something that you really want to cherish and keep, and just something that you dig a lot. And people, it's nice to get gifts from other people, but sometimes they're just, you got to make yourself happy sometimes. No, I'm getting off track. Jeez. Anyways, open one of the boxes because, hurry up. This is the Phaeton. I don't know exactly how to say it. I looked it up online. It was talking about something about a demon or a Greek sport. I'm not even sure, but I do want to find out what that name means. But the model number is the 4600-1. And as you can see, it said S30V, auto open. So, ooh. Oh my goodness. I love that bronze color. It looks brown on camera, but if under most lighting conditions, it is a nice bronze. S30V. Benchmade OTF. Okay. I like that. Super smooth action. Wow. So, I already took a look at it out of box. This is not an unboxing, but every time I pick this thing up now, it's just, I love this. This is just a sweet. The H&K line that Benchmade made for H&K, they had a few OTFs, and one of them looked very similar to this. And so a lot of people were upset that they kind of just, they kind of just added some milling on the side that looks cool. I like it. And threw S30V instead of like D2, or whatever the steel was. I think it was D2. The H&K, Tumult, and a few other models. But anyways, I still think this color, the overall thing, the way this thing looks is, oh my goodness. So a few things we're going to need to talk about. Actually, quite a few things. One is a few of the differences from the H&K that I like, that I saw that I used to, I played around with them at my local stores and stuff. And the H&Ks, they had a firing deployment button that was a little different. So this one, it's raised on both sides. Very easy to engage and disengage. The H&K that I remember looking at that looked similar to this knife, though, the button, and you can look this up online. Maybe I'll throw in a picture. The button, I think on one side was really nice and steep and easy to grab, and on the other side was much harder. And just little things like that can make a big difference. But blade shape, really nice looking single edge OTF here with a beautiful stonewash. The thing is, I wanted one with the black blade for a while, but then I was thinking I really do want to carry this on me. It's not going to be a collector's piece, and usually I only buy black blade of Benchmades if they're for collecting. I just like the way that stonewash looks. This bronze aluminum handle, very thin, insanely lightweight. Actually, where's that at? Oh, I got a scale. We can find out exactly how much this thing weighs. Should I do it? Open it. Let's do it closed. So basically, exactly 3 ounces. That is legit. Really legit. The first thing I want to talk about, though, with this Phaeton, I'm going to call it the Phaeton. Yeah, I probably sound really dumb. I just don't know. The deployment is the most important thing when it comes to an OTF for me. It's perfect. Not too stiff, not too weak. I think I do like a lighter deployment. Something that's much easier to get in and out. I would even take lighter than this. I don't really worry about them opening in my pocket because they have to travel a pretty far distance before they actually engage and disengage. Now, the Ultratech, the Microtech Ultratech, is a very similar knife in profile, in weight, in design. I have a few Microtechs. I'm just grabbing a couple real quick just to show you guys. You know, we got LUDT as well. So here's what we can do. You know what? We need a pad. This light's getting a little bit out of hand. Okay. Quality-wise, here's the thing, guys. People will say, oh, Benchmades are not on the level of Microtechs. From, as far as the automatics that I've seen from Benchmade, they're easily on par. I mean, the argument, you know, you could say Microtechs are a little more custom with the cool pivot, just screws and pivot hardware and just some really small details. But I think the vast majority of people that if they had this and a Ultratech side by side, quality-wise, I mean, I've owned Ultratechs. The major complaint I have with them is they are insanely stiff. Oh my goodness, you have to have a freaking Hulk thumb to open that thing up. And disengaging is even harder. My girlfriend bought a purple one that she really liked the look of, and she couldn't even open or close it. I mean, she could do it once or twice, and her thumb was worn out. And this one's just boom. So, I mean, Microtechs, you know, we can look at all the details. They're aluminum-bodied knives. You know, the Microtech here, this one's pretty perfect. I love the color on it. You know, for people to say that one is vastly superior to the other, though, I just don't see it. Take it from a guy who owns quite a few of them. This one is on par. Well, actually, I prefer it to an Ultratech. I just do. The warranty, Benchmade's warranty, is just going to be incredible. And the only complaint that my girlfriend had, you know, when she looked at this, and it's the biggest, you know, the reason she wouldn't want one to an Ultratech is, and she sold the Ultratech because, you know, she couldn't fire it, but she thinks the blade looks a little small to the rest of the knife. What do we think? Does it look a little fat right here, the handle, and the blade looks really skinny and kind of scrawny? I don't think so. In my opinion, I think it looks just perfect, but she thinks it's just a little, you know, disproportionate. So I don't know. It's up to you guys for that interpretation, but I think it looks great. Deep carry clip. Excellent. I'm not a huge deep carry guy, but I mean, can't complain when it comes out of the box with one. Cool. I just love it. So, I paid $200 for this, like new. They go for $300 online everywhere. So I got a good deal. Really good deal. Couldn't pass it up. Love it. And yeah, only 3 ounces. So that's a nice EDC blade. Oh gosh, here's the next one. We know that name. Big old box on this guy. This one. This is a gem, guys. This is a straight, belongs in a museum type piece. So, do we see that? This piece of paper. Challenge coin. Oh, you already saw it. Let's read this real quick. You'll never see perfection. If something works perfectly, it just works perfectly. Perfection is invisible. Perfection works in secret. Perfection is automatic. It's an extension of your instincts. It allows you to operate without another thought about it. Even when lives are on the line, perfection has no ego. Perfection doesn't need a pat on the back. Perfection is perfectly happy, non-existing. It's been an honor to provide an automatic, flawless performance that the closest to perfection that we've created so far, so you can do your job. No, you'll never see perfection, but that's the way we like it. Here's to another 10 years of equipping the invisible. So, I thought this was really cool when I first read it, but now that I read it, I'm not sure what they're trying to do here. Saying that perfection, you'll never see perfection. I don't know if you'd want to say that about your product. I mean, but then they say, didn't they say something works perfectly, it just works perfectly. You'll never see perfection. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not getting it. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. The knife though. I do like stuff like that. I mean, I think that's cool. I'm just being honest. I mean, it sounds badass and stuff. I'm just, you know, because when we look at an OTF, what are we looking at? We're looking for perfection, right? Especially an OTF, you know, it's $300, $400, $500. We want perfection. So, anyways, it's kind of like at my work. They have a photo that says something about being an unhappy snacker. We sell food and stuff. It's like, we don't want unhappy snackers. We want people that are happy, right? Anyways, marketing. This is the limited edition Infidel, 2017, 10th year anniversary Infidel. Oh boy. It came with a coin, 10-year anniversary, 2017, the Infidel. Little baby Infidel on there. That is so cool. Benchmade Knife Co. So there's no videos that I could see on YouTube that were like worth watching on this knife. Blade HQ did a quick little thing, but Blade HQ, I love Blade HQ. I'm just saying when they make a video on a knife, they don't really talk about it usually as like a detail thing. You know, they're like, oh, it's a cool knife. It's got a deep carry pocket clip and S30V steel, like just stuff that I don't care about. You know, I want to know like, okay, this is a limited edition. This is the Infidel 10-year anniversary, and this is, you know, look at this thing. Just let's talk about it and what we think about the, you know, design with the way it looks and everything. Anyways, there's more to it than just a quick little 2-minute video, in my opinion. I think I have a regular Infidel right here. Brothers, right? You know, deploying. Of course, the one I've had for a long time is my user. A little smoother. A little faster firing, maybe. I like that black blade with that silver handle. It's kind of like a Raiders color knife. Any Raider fans out there? I dig it. So my number for the limited edition is 2,415. So they're making these until the end of 2017. So once 2017 is over, they will be done making them, that's cool. These sell for about almost $500 online, like $470. The regular Infidel sells for about $420, I think. And you know, I don't know if I would actually pay the extra amount for the limited. You know, if I just wanted to carry one on me and use it. As a collector's piece, I wanted this. But, you know, if I didn't have either one, you know, I was like, oh, I want to carry one on me. The regular one comes with D2 steel, so if you're worried about corrosion, the S30V is going to dominate the regular one. I still think for the limited edition, they could have done something. I mean, S30V I will take over D2, and I like S30V. They could have done, you know, M390 or, couldn't they have done, you know, 20CV or something? Because the original Infidels were S30V, and then they switched them to D2. I don't know why they did that, but they did. Still, the Infidel it's my favorite OTF. It is. It just is. It's just so sick. I would really like a single-edged Infidel, but that's why I was really happy to get this Phaeton, because that single edge right there is just totally wicked to me, especially as like this EDC. And actually, that reminds me, let's look at the sizes. Yeah, so the Infidel is quite a bit bigger. You see that? So this is just going to be a really nice, pocket-friendly, quick little EDC blade. The Infidel is not too bad either. I think it's around 5 ounces. So, $460, $470 is what these limited edition Infidels are going for. Comes in a really nice, you know, layout with the coin. It looks cool. I mean, it kind of looks like just an uncoated Infidel. But it's, man, it looks good in the collection, especially if you have it, you know, next to other Benchmades. I picked it up for $300. Oh my goodness, I know. The guy that was selling these, he had both of these for sale, the Phaeton and the Infidel, and he was like, you know, I got one of those limited edition Infidels too, because I was interested in this, just as a little birthday gift to myself. And I was like, oh man, what do you want for it? He's like 510 for both, and so I couldn't pass that up. I just couldn't do it. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a situation like that. Infidels, man, I don't know. I just think, to me, they're cooler than a freaking Halo. I just love them. I just absolutely love them. And like I said earlier, guys that will say, oh, Microtechs are so much better. I agree, Microtechs are wicked cool, and they're good looking. I love how Microtech is not afraid to do pimped out colors like purple and blue and green and orange and all that jazz. But the Infidel, like this coin says, you know, 2007 to 2017. So it's been around for 10 years. I've been in the knife community for a while, and I've never heard of anyone failing an Infidel. Maybe you guys have. I never have. Maybe because, you know, if they do, they just send it to Benchmade. There's no questions asked about it. But I mean, I've used this one. You know, this one has been used pretty hard and fired thousands of times. It's never had an issue. So I don't know. I'm sure, not saying Microtechs wouldn't, you know, like they wouldn't be able to handle what the Infidel can, but I'm just saying, reliability is kind of the name of the game with these Infidels. I haven't heard anybody ever have any issues. And they sell a lot. Trust me, even though they're $400, the Infidel is everywhere. Guys love the Infidel. And that's, you know, that's something that's cool. And when you can say that you have one of the best OTFs on the market, I mean, that's an opinion, obviously. And or not even just OTFs, one of the coolest pocket knives in the world, and the quality is, you know, way up there. You know, there's a lot of things in the world that we can try and buy and obtain, but you know, a lot of people just can't afford the nicer things in life. But for most people, saving up $400 for an, you know, something like this that's really special to them is obtainable if you're into knives. One thing that I wanted to mention is how Benchmade made knives for H&K. And I don't know why they had a falling out or whatever that crap's about, but this is the Nitrous Blitz. This is a pretty cool knife, 154 cm blade steel. You know, it's not really, I don't know, it feels pretty good in the hands. It's a nice knife. My girlfriend got me this one because I just thought it was, she saw me looking at it or something for a while, and it's a really nice folder, especially when it was, you know, they were $100, $95 online. But the reason I bring it up is Benchmade made a knife that looked very similar to this, made by, or licensed for H&K, that was $100 cheaper, or like $80 cheaper. That, you know, almost identical to this knife. It just had a different blade steel, and that was about it. I think that was it, you know, and the deployment button on this one is a little better in my opinion. But I'll throw in a picture right here, and you can see what I mean. And so if that knife was around $200 and this one's $300, you know, that begs the question, you know, what's Benchmade doing? Why are they charging $100 more for basically the same knife? You know, the S30V steel upgrade is not worth that in my opinion. And so I guess that's why these are probably maybe not so popular. Maybe a lot of guys bought those H&Ks and they're just holding on to those. I like this color more than those H&Ks, and I think, you know, this bronze and that button to be really nice is, you know, if they could just lower the price to around $250, I think Benchmade would have, you know, because that would warrant the steel increase, you know, the just upgrade, and you know, it looks better than the H&K, I think, and a better deployment button. But you know, I think it's a little bit too much, but that's up for debate. So I just want to point that out. But yeah, the H&K knives that Benchmade made for H&K they were nice. A lot of them were really cool. So, and this is one of my favorites. So you can still get a few of them on eBay and stuff. Not the OTS, but these folders. And so no longer, Benchmade is no longer doing that for H&K. And actually, I got the knife right here. They did the Bradley Alias as well. Benchmade was making these for Bradley Cutlery Co. I guess just some, I don't even know much about that company or whatnot, but Benchmade made this knife, and it's a good knife. These are awesome. Kind of looks like a Sepenza with that blue thumb stud, doesn't it? The blue back spacers. Anyways. Okay, my camera died. Typical. I just wanted to show you guys a little comparison and talk, a little bit more about the Microtech to Benchmade automatic, especially their OTF scene. Take it from someone who owns plenty of Microtechs, They are good. They're really good knives. Really good. And the quality, you could say, oh, this is this or that. They're... When you're talking about knives in this price point with just aluminum scales and really high quality blade steels, the only thing that really separates this Microtech is it's really got some nice custom hardware. Just so if touches like that intrigue you, then you may want to go with the Microtech. This just has torque screws, but I think the Infidel looks better than the Halo. I think it's easier to, of course, disengage and engage. Well, maybe not engage. It doesn't get much easier than pressing a button once. And then, this Phaeton, I just wanted to show this off because nobody's talking about this. Nobody on YouTube is talking about this knife. I mean, it's not that big. It's a pretty pocketable little, very similar in size to an Ultratech. I wish I had one. I don't own one currently, but very similar. I mean, I would almost assume it's like identical if we looked up the stats online. It's really nice. So it's a little more than, I think it's about $50 more than an Ultratech. It depends on the variants or variety you get of the Ultratech, but $300 is what Benchmade wants for these, and I think it's worth it. I really do. Benchmade's warranty is just going to keep you going forever. This one I'm not so sure about. This is a specialty item. Guys are not going to want to pay almost $500 for this. It's just not going to happen, especially when the regular one's already so expensive. But collectors like me will, and that's who they're marketing it towards. I mean, they made 2,000 of them, probably 3,000 now. So they made a few of them. I'm at the point now, it's just a sickness with my freaking Benchmade collection. I'll just set them all out. Just some rare, limited edition models. I'll just kind of look at them. My dark room. No, I'm just joking. But I just kind of like to take photos of them or whatever, and it just looks so good together. Guys will be like, "Where'd you get that one? Where'd you get that one? How'd you get that? What's up with that color?" I've just been fortunate to get some really cool knives because it's just a passion of mine to collect them. So I'm very thankful for that, to be able to find some of these guys. But anyways, on these two right here, basically, if you're looking for a new lightweight OTF, something that's easier to deploy than a Microtech, Ultratech, and it comes with Benchmade's warranty, this is a win. And the limited edition Infidel is just tight. That's about it, guys. Nothing else really to say. Just, of course, I had to show off these pieces. And yeah, man, that's lightweight. Wow. Absolutely fantastic. So if you have any other questions, of course I can't get to everything. I just can't think of everything right now. But if you have any other questions, hit me up in the comments. I love talking about these knives. Yeah. See you later, guys.